live, Ger.
Same bad time, Tom. Same bad channel.
It's same sweet looking spot bar. We're looking at muck and shit now, really.
Yes,
well, sand, I suppose it is.
The tide is out.
The tide is out.
Yeah, we're in Black Rock again for our sins.
Yeah. It is. To be fair, it is a bit of an improvement on. Although you're not getting the somber fucking deathly feel, I suppose, of
Hansfield. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you knew what you were getting with Hansfield train station, i.e., nothing. But here, I don't know. I feel like someone could rap on the window and tell me to move at any minute.
That's why
I'd be like a little orphan ringing his cap.
This week I went and got a ticket.
Oh, you got a ticket?
Yeah, I got a ticket. I had change in my pocket. I went and got a ticket to sit here. It fucking kills me, but there was a fucking rent-a-cop walking around there. He was fucking sniffing about. And my tax is in a dodgy situation right now, so I just said, you know what, I have tax, but I got pulled by the guards the other night. I have tax, but the fucking thing hasn't arrived out yet, so I did the printout thing like they tell you to fucking do. Have it on the yoke.
Yeah.
This fucking guard went to town on me.
Tom, I gotta tell you, the second most common phrase in Ireland, the first most common phrase in Ireland is I'm not racist, but, and the second most common phrase is I have tax, but.
Well, I said it to him, if you want to run the fucking plates, and he was saying, it's up to me, and I said, well, what am I supposed to do? Not drive the fucking car until the post office gets his shit together,
Oh, you got hardline with him.
He was in a fucking mood, this fella.
You didn't give him Murta, you gave him Riggs.
Yeah, I
Holy
did.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll look at that. Tom, myself and Tom here, last night was an odd one.
I'm feeling quite hurt. I had to go and get my own coffee.
Hurt.
I thought you were going to bring me on maybe a little fucking...
a Ferrero Rocher.
Something.
Last night, I was at home with my wife, and she took our youngest baby upstairs to put her to sleep. And I was downstairs with our eldest baby, and he didn't want to go to sleep with her. So the two kids were basically kicking off. And I sent my wife a Facebook message upstairs saying, you know what we'll do? We'll treat ourselves ever so slightly, just a little bit. Before we got married, before we had kids, not even when we had money.
I thought you wouldn't have done this, to be honest. That is the most unslick move you ever did.
That is
in not checking.
So not slick.
Jerry's jumping the fucking gun here. We had been talking about meeting up this evening to do the podcast. And you've more covert aliases through the years of writing shit about the hardware shop that fucking nobody in the hardware shop could ever find out. I pulled a rookie error. Thinking I was asking my wife out, I asked Tom out on a date. Off to, you said anywhere, just a night
anywhere
away, honey.
All.
You and me, babe.
And what we would have done before we had the kids or anything like that was we'd get the way you get Groupon holidays or Groupon nights out.
I've done them. Yeah, many's a time.
And they cost nothing. They cost 40, 50 euros.
Yeah.
And it's like a night out on your breakfast. And even though it's in Ashburn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It still feels like a night away.
Yeah.
So I made an impassioned plea last night. I thought to my wife, but in actual fact to Tom, was saying, please, why don't you just go get us a Groupon? We'll leave the kids at your mum's.
Only I'm so sound.
Yeah. Let's go get a steak dinner.
Anybody else would have given you some amount of shit for that. I didn't, because I've done that shit before. The amount of times I said babe at the end of fucking texts to fucking lads.
Well, that was the thing, Tom. I mean, in terms of sending a message meant to your wife to one of your pals, this one could have gone a lot worse.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I read back down through it a few times going, there are a few corners in here where he could have fucking gone off the rails. He could have gone off
the rails. Tom might have went through and going what's his pet name for her? What's this? But it was completely clean because it was just from desperation. It was let's leave the kids at your mom's.
just dump them.
Yeah. About the only sort of cuteness that was in it was I was saying let's leave the kids.
The nicknames. Because I had to read that. It was like Jar Jar Binks or something. There was you have Star Wars names for your mother-in-laws.
No, Sarah's sister's called Lorna, and Derry calls her Nor.
As in the soup brand.
No, as in can't pronounce Lorna.
Okay, yeah.
And so I said let's leave the kids with Nor, and and move on with that. It could have been so much worse, Tom.
Yeah, I read that. I didn't feel sorry for you. I felt delighted that you sent it to me. So,
yeah, but Tom actually really thought he was getting a night out.
I didn't let it fucking drop then, of course. I was like, yeah, fine. If that's your thing, fine. Yeah. No, I didn't even want to go. No, it's fine.
No, don't go. You fucking go. You go enjoy your hotel in Ashburn.
But you know what happened? Did you ever get those fucking feelings that this evening is an evening for pints?
Oh, God, Christ, Tom.
Do you get that every evening?
I get those most evenings, yeah.
I'm normally okay because once I keep focused. But see, I just walked up just to get a coffee, and even none of the fucking pubs here fucking interest me in any even interest. I was just kind of going, should we just put a ticket on for the evening? Myself and McBride just go get drunk.
Fuck, that sounds nice, Tom.
Be all right, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be bad. It might happen yet. But hey, we got a show to record first.
Yeah.
Holy crap, we're rambling
Welcome
here.
to episode 5
of the Tom and Gerry show.
Our relationship is flourishing, Gerry. I mean, you almost took me away for a weekend.
I'm telling you, we are the fucking Ross and Rachel of the
we were on a break.
Irish podcasting world. But we better record this fucking show. Oh, the hell about it. Yeah, we will record a little segment at the start where it's just a nice vent, isn't it, Tom? Oh, just get it all out, get that nasty stuff out of it.
This is saving us a fortune.
It really is.
The drop of petrol it costs to drive over here.
It's either this or a couch, isn't it?
Yeah, this or a couch, some fucker with an ironic moustache writing down your shit.
Writing down your shit in a notebook. Yeah, you better get another one, pal. Here's a segment that we call Giving Out Yards.
Yeah, there's a few things now that always are fucking annoying me, but I didn't really think it was going to take off. Do you remember I'm not a big soccer fan. It's not really my bag. But you can't really avoid it. Like, it's talked about so often. Like, and I'm not going to go on about soccer or whatever. It is what it is. But there was a thing during the World...
I personally dislike all organised sports.
Okay, fair enough. But there was a thing during the European Championship was the one that was the most recent in recent times.
Yeah.
Where Iceland beat England, and I think a lot of people were excited by that. And the Icelandic, they were endearing. Some of the lads were plumbers and fucking electricians and stuff, and they managed to beat England.
If there's something the world loves talking about, it's a footballer who is also a postman.
Yeah.
They just can't not mention that shit.
Their manager was a dentist. But all this was grand. They won. And not a lot's known about Iceland. Probably a lot of inbreeding or whatnot. They wouldn't have a flourishing cattle market in the likes. There's about 300,000 people in Iceland.
Yes.
So really, to string a half-decent soccer team together was a good effort. But at the end of there was only a handful in the corner of the stadium of Icelandic people. And
it was like 60 lads.
Yeah. The team went down to the corner and they did this clap thing.
I remember it, Tom.
Yeah.
It was iconic.
It's just a clap in time. Right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing thing when you think about it.
And it kept getting sort of faster and faster.
Faster, yeah. And everybody was in unison, and it was lovely. It was great. It was interesting to see it. That's grand. But for some unknown fucking reason, every collection of cunt of 2016 since
has been at this shit.
Looking at a stage of any sort, there's a cunt up on the stage doing that. They did it over in fucking Galway for some old fucking shite. I mean... Any sporting event now, let's just all pretend to be
that we're Icelandic.
Like, nobody's pulling them on us. Like, hold on to fuck. What are you doing?
What is that, lads? This is, I got to tell you, Tom, before we go any further, I just got to say...
It's really fucking angering me.
We've fallen across the third most Irish phrase there.
What's that?
After I'm not racist and I have tags. The third most phrase, and you used it there. That's grand. But
yeah, okay, all right.
That's grand, but means that's grand, but it fucking isn't.
Oh, it fucking isn't. It's doing my fucking nut in. I was watching like another sports team at the fucking weekend, and they were all out of time and everything. I get
you. It's and you see, here's the thing about that, Tom, because I remember there was another visiting football team that did this goal celebration where they turned their backs to the goal, and they got in sort of a scrum and they jumped up and down, and it's like fans turned with their backs to the goal, and I forget now who it was, but then it was sort of co-opted by Everton fans or Man City fans.
Right.
Someone listening to this that knows their sport will remind me, who will tell us who it is on Twitter or whatever. Because I remember seeing this odd celebration of like 10,000 people with their backs to the field, jumping up and down with their arms around each other, and I was like, what is that? Oh, some team from Warsaw or some team from Reykjavik came over and did that, and the fans do it now.
But if that's the thing,
that's not your thing.
No, that's not. What would they do if fucking Colombian fucking team came over and started singing fucking Fields of Athenry? Although apparently they do it in England. They say, but it's like, fuck off. Like, here's the way I was able to compare it. It's like, I know you say you don't follow sport, but New Zealand, they do the haka before.
Right. Yes, gotcha.
Now, how the fuck are people going to start doing that?
How is a fucking under 14 team in Clare going to start doing the haka?
Yeah, there you go.
But you could put it down to them that they might. You know what the annoying thing about this is, Tom, and I'm with you 100% on this. It's sort of like, oh, that's good, let's do it again.
Yeah,
that's funny. Let's do that.
No, it was good that time, and it's good by those people because that's their thing.
People. Yeah, it's not just their thing, Tom. This isn't how they drink their coffee. This is a cultural thing.
That's exactly it
for them. This is like
probably born out of like
Vikings and shit.
Yeah, Vikings and shit. And here we are with Vikings a bunch of fuckers
and shit.
Bunch of fuckers. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
standing
Tom,
over talking.
Yeah. Like that's like ancestry and that's heritage and that's in your DNA that this is what your ancestors, how they celebrated or indeed how they prepared for war. Not how a bunch of fucking lads on a stag night in Newcastle.
That's exactly it. Oh, fuck off! Fuck off! Is anything fucking sacred?
Conduct themselves in a fucking taxi
rack.
The
fact that we're doing here in Ireland, it's like we don't have enough shit that we can do at sport.
We've ample things we can do.
We fucking river dance. Fucking do something. Like, come up with your own shit.
It's the fucking... Yeah.
But the thing is, if one or two dicks do it, you're like, oh yeah, it's a couple of dicks. But the fact that whole masses of people, you're a bunch of fucking hacks. Come up with something yourself, you cunts.
Like, this is not a new thing
I hate
either.
hack shit. I just fucking hate hack shit.
It's not a new thing either, Tom. Like, for example, the Mexican wave.
Yes. Yeah. Leave it to the fucking Mexicans, please.
That's a Mexican thing. It's right there in the name.
Yep.
Like, but I think that if
they call it the Viking fucking clap.
The Viking clap, yes. Not the Viking clap that your great grandmother got when she found out she couldn't fucking run as fast as she thought she could. The Mexican wave was, if I'm right, from the Mexican World Cup in 1984, 1982, 88
was Mexico, I think. Because I think I had a school bag that had that on that.
I think I had like the Mexican sticker on it, and wasn't a little sombrero
again.
Wearing.
I stand to be corrected on that. My football knowledge is fairly fucking pathetic.
Oh, shake your best. 86 is what it was, because 1990 goes every 4 years.
Now you're right. Yeah.
Gotcha. 86. That was where I believe the Mexican wave was born. Should have stayed there.
Because that's theirs.
Vuvuzelas in South Africa.
Should have fucking stayed there.
Should have stayed there.
Shouldn't be sold in fucking Euro shops here in Ireland.
They absolutely shouldn't.
Fuck me.
No, leave it be. I mean, like, if that's and the Vuvuzela isn't, a toy. That's a cultural instrument.
That actually is.
That's like a friggin' didgeridoo or a bowron. That's like a national thing. Leave it where it is. You know. Oh, don't just co-opt it and take it to yourself and make plastic versions of it.
I think it's the fucking hack side of things, and it's only starting to dawn on me. Some unimaginative cunts out there. Come up with your own shit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If we were to turn around and see West Bromwich Albion fans dancing a Cayley, we'd say
be fucking uproar.
Hold on a fucking second.
Yeah, there'd be uproar. There'd be uproar.
Did any of you lads die in a famine for the right to do that dance?
And the fucking by the same way, a bunch of cunts down in fucking Thurles on the stage, just all clapping out of fucking sync.
Not a thing. I had no idea.
Doing the Viking clap out of fucking sync in Thurles. What the fuck is going on?
I had no idea that was it. Because the haka, I don't think many people do the haka
that
much.
You wouldn't, because the people that do the haka are
probably
the most ferocious people and race of people that have ever lived on the fucking planet Earth.
They would find you.
They'd tear your fucking arms off. Apparently one of the Spice Girls did it on a tour. This is a thing, actually, just after popping out. One of the Spice Girls, Scary Spice, attempted it on a tour or something when they were down there, when they were in with the Spice Girls.
Was it frowned upon, Tom?
Frowned upon? She was almost fucking shot. Number one, women have to ask permission to do it in the country.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Women there's this, I'm nearly sure they have to ask permission to be done, and you have to get clear permission to engage in it anyway, like, if you're not from New Zealand.
Please hack it responsibly.
Please hack, exactly.
Do you know what it is, Tom? And you'll like this, seeing as how you're decked out in full leaf camo.
Oh, yeah.
The thing in America, it's not quite what we're talking about here, but there's a big deal in America called stolen valor. Are you familiar?
No.
Stolen valor is...
I like the name of it. That's a movie I go see.
Stolen valor is wearing army fatigues or an army uniform. Or armed service uniforms.
Oh, I didn't know it was called this, but I've heard of guys that pretend to be vets.
Yes, and some of them are callous enough, like they pretend to be a vet because you get a discount in America if you've served in the armed forces. Yes, and others it's just like space cadets.
Yeah.
All right, but real vets,
stolen valor,
signed up members of the armed forces do not take fucking kindly to you rocking up in your desert camo to the mall. Yeah.
Fuck.
And there's loads of videos on YouTube. You fall into a YouTube hole while watching it. There's loads of videos of YouTube of guys going up and go, hi, sorry, I see you've got like epaulets there. What does that one mean? And what does that one mean? And you've got stripes here. What does that one mean? And how many tours did you serve? And the guys here are just sort of like running himself into the ground, going like, well, I was in Afghanistan, but I'm home now. Oh, how long were you over there? Oh, 27 months. No, well, the tour is 4 years, pal, or whatever it is. They catch them out and they run them into the ground. It's fascinating viewing, just watching people sort of like...
Stolen valor.
Oh, fuck, I'm sprung. And getting really badgered into it. And it always breaks down into, my buddy's died in that uniform.
yeah, of course. Well, yeah.
And you don't have a right to just wear it to get free.
That's exactly.
To get 30 cents off a Big Mac.
I'm not even going to say that's kind of like what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's exactly it. It's like, we come from Vikings. We've earned the right to do this clap after we beat England in Euro 2016, which was a delightful thing to see. Yeah. It's not for you and your pals to do in Supermax.
No, I just...
I'm with you on that one, Tom, yeah.
Yeah, it does my fucking head in. It's because it's number one, I don't, I'm not that fucking precious about people stealing things or whatever, but it's because it's fucking hack. And we've got plenty of shit here to be doing.
Yeah.
Just stop fucking robbing shit.
Get on with it.
It's like doing old fucking jokes. We get fucking shot if you started with the fucking, so take me wife, this shit.
Yeah, I take my wife everywhere.
You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. It kills me that so many people are just going in for it. They're like, yeah,
brilliant.
Fuck it.
But it's
brilliant.
plastic. It's plastic is what it is. It's a plastic representation of a beautiful thing. Yeah, fuck it.
That was fairly profound out of you, actually, just there. Stolen valor and plastic representation of a beautiful thing.
I'm a beautiful cunt, Tom. I don't know what to tell you.
It's because you're in Black Rock. You wouldn't have come out with this shit in Hansfield Station.
No. I know, in Hansfield Station we wouldn't be still talking about this.
No, we wouldn't actually.
We'd be wrapping up the show right now.
Has it picked up any?
Hansfield?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Has it not?
Do you know Hansfield doesn't get any trains on a Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, just nobody goes anywhere. But yeah, so we'll tap on otherwise.
We were actually just caught there for a second.
Sprung rapid, yeah.
But it was like the goofiest looking head on this kid. That's just
two guys talking to themselves.
It actually made the two of us just stop.
Yeah,
and
just
go.
Go on.
Oh, for God's sake! His old man is driving an X3. It's not even a fucking proper 4x4. God almighty! If it was the mother, you'd say something.
That thing has never seen muck.
Oh, you know it. There'd be absolutely fucking no point in it seeing muck in a heap of shit.
Do you know what I would...
We're not getting sponsored by BMW anytime soon anyway.
Do you know what I would argue about that yoke, Tom? That yoke still has plastic in the boot.
You know it still has the plastic. You know it does, yeah.
The little trims of plastic that didn't peel off.
You know that little soft rubber edges that are put on the edges of doors?
Yeah.
Because when they're opened on a truck, they don't want them whacking off the inside. I guarantee that, he's got those poxy 15-inch wheels as well. That is such a cocksucker.
Yeah,
and his son.
We really just interrupted this podcast.
We could just actually stop here and
just tear down a perfect stranger.
Oh, yeah, I know, but fuck him. Like, just see the head of him, and he's sneering in, like, and he's like 50 odd, and the hair is dyed and shit, and he's like wearing a polo shirt, trying to tuck it in to hide the gut. It's just, fuck off.
Oh, Christ.
Fuck off. But you know what? He was going hard for asshole there. He went hard.
Yeah, he really was.
He went hard for asshole there. Yeah, I'm all right. Okay, I think I've nailed the Viking clap there because we went straight off the fucking rails there.
Straight off the rails there.
Attacking that poor fucking young fella with his Russell Carl Kelly fucking haircut. Like, I know what I'm talking about, Gerry. When I see that, I had to study those fuckers.
That game was hung upside down and fucking sprayed. I don't know. Anyway, we'll tap on, Tom. We're about to change gear. We get a bit
yeah. It was getting a bit negative there. The actual negativity poured over into the fact I reckon we wouldn't have slagged off. Although before the podcast did start, there was a lad tagging his bike up to a gate there, and he was wearing those arseless trousers. Not arseless, but they're actually
I know.
And first, I just stared at him, then looked back at Gerry, and Gerry goes, "That cunt ever put up his fucking trousers."
Yeah, he had like the Justin Bieber no belt.
It's a saggy arse. Like
it's saggy arse. Yeah.
Like you may have a nappy on, or you've room for a nappy.
It's something's gone terribly wrong here.
Yeah. Like if you put a regular pair of jeans into the wash and they came out looking like that, you'd fuck them out.
If I had jeans like that, I wouldn't wear them.
Right enough.
We seem to be sitting on a river of the pink slime from Ghostbusters 2. Or like, and another thing, fuck this podcast.
Hey,
right?
what was your man ever in the baddie in that one? Remember, he was in the painting.
He was also in Die Hard. He was one of the bad guys in Die Hard. He had like 2 lines and he got his ass killed.
Yes.
And that was, as best as I understand, that was it.
He looks a bit like your man. Is it George Dance? Is his name?
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance.
Yeah, okay.
He looks a bit like him, doesn't he?
Well, he's like the knockoff Eastern European Charles Dance.
Okay, right, yeah. He wasn't.
He's little to
he
Charles
wasn't the
Dance.
fellow we talked about the night we watched Die Hard. Was
yeah, he was.
Is that him?
That's him.
Fuck right, yeah.
No,
yeah.
well, he's not Carl.
He's not Carl, right?
He's another guy who utters the line, "Yeah, I see them."
Okay, right, yeah.
And
yeah, now I know who you're talking about.
Vigo the Carpathian, Vigo, also known as Vigo the Cruel, Vigo the Hated.
Okay, you've seen Ghostbusters a few times. Fucking hell.
Any rate, we'll tip on. Somehow we're going to segue.
Yeah, we'll turn a corner into the nice stuff.
Into our next section, Tom. Like, I don't know how we're going to fucking get out of it, but we'll do it because it's not always. It's not an excessively negative podcast.
Yeah.
All of the time. Every now and then we talk about things that we like, and it's not just things that you think we would like,
exactly.
such as giving out about people in their X5s with their 15-inch wheels.
Yeah, I know.
Although we do fucking love that. But that's to be expected from us, Tom.
Why, of course it fucking is. I mean, people would be disappointed if we were, happy, clappy, fucking slappy sort of people all the time like that. That's not what people want.
But there are things that we like that you wouldn't expect, and we talk about those in the segment called You Wouldn't Think We'd Like That. I'll fill this one, Tom.
Yeah.
This is not so much a thing.
You've surprised me with a few ones already this season.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I feel like nothing would surprise you from now on. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah,
it's
I know. Okay, well, I'm beyond the point of surprise, so I'm expecting, but I want something out of left field that I wouldn't think.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I mean, like, here's the thing. It's not so much like a thing that I like. It's more like a thing that was foisted upon me that I had to do. Well, I didn't really have to do it.
Wasn't that the same with the trains, though?
Yeah, exactly.
They were put upon you as well.
These are put upon you, and
like a fungus to a host.
Exactly. It's not just suddenly one day you woke up and said, "You know what, I'm going to do this." It's just a thing that would kind of force you. Long story short, Tom, I have a skincare regime.
Okay. I didn't fucking think that.
Yes.
Is this in recent times?
This is like in the last, like...
Is this because you're frightened of getting old?
You know what? It's in the last 3 to 4 months, and it's not that I'm... Honestly, Tom, it's not that I'm frightened of getting old. A curious thing happened that I seem to do like a Benjamin Button thing. And go back in time. And age backwards for some strange reason.
Okay.
Like, at the start of the year, for whatever fucking reason, I broke out in, like, friggin' facial acne.
Can I just... At what stage of the year? The beginning of the year?
Yeah, like January, February.
What was prior to that?
Christmas.
Yeah. What were you ingesting over Christmas?
Large amounts of alcohol, Tom.
Yeah, and chocolates.
Yes.
And highly rich food.
More or less.
Gerry, everybody has a fucking looks like shit.
No, this persisted. This
persisted
persisted
right.
like well into the year. And it wasn't just like I kind of look like shit. This was like spots like a teenager.
Fuck, did you get spots as a teenager?
Yeah.
Did you?
And then they all went away when I was like 20, 21, whatever it was. And I was happy days. And I was like happy as a pig in shite up until like friggin' 35. Seemingly all just comes racing back.
Fucking hell.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And the missus, like, here's the thing, Tom. I was like, my skin's dirty, I'm going to wash the fuck out of it, right?
Yeah.
And then the missus was like, no. That's not how it works, apparently. It could be your skin is too dry, or your skin is too oily, or some of your skin is dry, and the rest of your skin is oily.
Fuck off.
So it doesn't become a case of just washing the shit out of your face with a bar of Sunlight soap.
The old Sunlight.
It's like, it becomes a little bit more finessed than that.
What the fuck was wrong with your face?
I don't know, just...
Oh, well, so you bust out in a heap of spots. Like, we all get the odd old spot, Gerry. I mean,
yes, I still do.
Did you not? Are you sure you just didn't overreact? Were you after watching some fucking program now where somebody got fucking...
Oh, like Embarrassing Bodies or something?
Yeah, and now you just figure you're after falling into the trap. That...
No, this was like I was hit with like a fucking death ray.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you proper Walking Dead shit. Like.
Yeah, and I was like, the fuck is going on here?
And what was your missus' advice?
Well, my missus' advice was a skincare regime. Like I say, it's not just a case of getting a pumice stone to your face.
A what?
A pumice stone is like a pumice stone is actually pretty badass.
That the yolk that my grandmother would use to rub off the dry skin off her heel.
That's the one, Tom.
Okay.
But that's like, that's as base as you can get. Like a pumice stone isn't a finesse thing. A pumice stone is a rock.
Yeah.
It's a fucking stone. You bash a stone against your foot.
What do you think of evolution? Like, when in the last, say, we've been knocking around, say, 1 million years.
Yeah.
In what century over the last 1 million years did blokes need to start rubbing their faces with shit?
Well, you know, this is it, Tom. Nobody needs to do these things.
I suppose, though, we probably were only eating fucking root vegetables straight out of the ground.
Well, that's it too.
And the odd day would get a bit of meat.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
This is, I mean, like nobody needs.
You certainly
to
didn't
do
have the
this.
stresses of going on the dart.
I had options open to me, Tom, and one of those options was leave it be. So
Yeah.
be it. Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, so you have spots. Who the fuck cares? You're not going out like fucking hunting for a wife or anything like that.
That's done.
You've got paperwork.
Yeah.
You're grand. So I guess it was just a bit of a vanity thing that I said I gotta fucking sort this out and get it done. So what it comes down to, Tom, is not just catching a bar of Dove and washing the fuck out of your face. Like my missus, in fairness to my missus now, she went off and handled everything. She studied the situation.
Or she didn't put you in harm's way and send you into Boots by yourself.
Fuck
like.
no, I couldn't have done it. She says, I'm going to go off and buy you a couple of things and you'll be right as names. And I goes, well, what do you mean a couple of things? No, we need soap and we wash it and that's good. We wash it in the morning and the evening and you're grand.
How many things?
There are a minimum of 3.
Okay.
Alright, Tom.
Well, how many stages of this?
Before we go any further, I want to stress that this isn't like... I don't have like a little roll-on deodorant ball for under my eyes. I haven't got that. This isn't a thing of reducing wrinkles or anything.
Okay, right. Because, I'm going down that route where, like, all of a sudden you're going to be in a black and white advert on TV pretending to box.
And tightening cufflinks and
Tightening cufflinks and looking over your shoulder
No.
badass.
It's nothing like that.
You're going to have to move to fucking Manhattan.
I gotta stress to you, Tom, it's not anything like that, but I couldn't promise you that it wouldn't turn into that.
Because there's a slippery slope there,
It's a fucking slippery slope. This is just basically keeping your face clean to an acceptable degree.
Does shaving not do that?
No.
Fuck. I'm in the dark about this anyway.
Yeah, in actual fact, depending on how you shave, you've often shaved, Tom, and you get like a big ghost spots underneath your neck. Do you ever get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's no bueno, man. It's no fun.
Well, I found it's taken me till now in my life this year to actually have a good razor.
Right.
I've always used Gillette, but the fucking poxy oaks in the cardboard.
The little
blue things.
You want like 6 blades minimum.
There's a fucking shit ton of blades on this new, and I had to get it because herself went away and got me a fucking present of. It's basically a razor. It's the handle of a razor, and you gotta buy your own. But this guy makes them out in fucking Arkansas or Iowa or someplace. And basically, what they are is they're the combination of a 308 bullet and a whitetail fucking antler.
Right.
This guy and brass. And basically, he's made this thing that will fit the Gillette Fusion or something.
Okay.
And so I had to fucking... If I was going to use this thing, I went, all right, well, I better get some good razors. And I swear to God, after one shave, I was like, what the fuck is
What have
going
I been doing, yeah?
You know Davy Riley?
Yes.
I was just after using it, right? And for the first time, and I walked into a comedy festival, and Davy Riley walked over and went, Jesus Christ... You look younger by a year than you did yesterday.
Exactly, yeah.
And all I did was shave.
That's what it comes. I mean, like, there's benefits to looking after yourself,
But I don't have any other regime. What regime are we talking here? What's your daily regime with this shit?
It's when you go to bed, right?
Right.
I guess you could do it in the morning, but who the fuck has time, right?
I don't know how long this shit takes.
Right. It's like a face wash, right?
Right.
But it's like a face wash, with like wee balls in it.
Stones.
Yeah, wee bits of grit.
The old man, I told you about the time the old man didn't know about this stuff and he washed his head. She shaves the head.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, washed his whole face and head, but it was I don't think it was as fancy as what you're talking about. This stuff was actually meant for your hands for taking grease, taking greasy stuff out. Yeah. He washed his whole face and all I could hear was him screaming, going, "Who put fucking rocks in the soap?"
Yeah. Who put grit in it?
Yeah.
So it's like a tube of that.
And what are the little rocks in it then? They're not obviously not stone, are they?
No, I think they're like, what they feel like is like the skin of popcorn kernels. Do you know what I mean?
How the fuck would you, what?
Do you know, like it's like really.
How big are they?
It's like smushed up wheat.
So you're rubbing porridge on your face?
More or less, Tom. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. Move on. What's that?
You buy it in the shop. Like it's not like I'm not making it.
Out with your little pestle and mortar. In the morning, with you just grinding away, getting your flour going.
Just grinding up like sesame seeds.
So is there ever an evening like I could call to Gerry's house and perhaps you'd be there with your little toe spacers going on and your cucumbers on the eyes.
We're not that bad. We're not
little mask going on.
We're not.
Come in, Tom. Come in.
We're not that.
Bridget Jones.
We're not.
Pour yourself a glass.
No.
Maybe. Yeah, pour yourself a glass, maybe.
All right. So look, you fucking.
So all right, you've got the porridge on your face wash.
No, it's not a thing you leave on, Tom. You scrub the fuck out of your face
with porridge.
More or less, right?
Okay.
It's like soap and porridge mixed together.
Somebody's fucking making a ton of money. I bet it's not cheap either.
I don't know. She went away and bought it. She re-ups it. What the fuck am I going to walk into Boots and ask for?
Yeah, right enough.
The toast and the porridge.
Yeah.
Right? So you wash your... Yeah, it's like washing your face with breadcrumbs is what it is. You feel it like.
Okay.
All
right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then you rinse and dry your face, right? So we're so far we could go to bed now, right?
Yeah.
We are for all intents and purposes.
So you just used that stuff once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this point you could go to bed.
Okay.
But no.
What happens now?
There's like a deodorant spray.
What?
Yeah, well, it's like a deodorant bottle, but it's not deodorant. It's water. It's mist. And you...
Hold on, you spray water...
More or less, yeah.
On your face.
Yeah, but it smells like cucumber.
But you're standing in front of a fucking 2 taps.
But it's not water, Tom. There's something in it.
I don't know. What the fuck is in it?
It smells like cucumbers.
Doesn't make any sense. What?
You know, it smells like cucumbers.
So there's cucumber juice?
Or aloe vera or some shit.
So that's for... You're right, you spray that on after you put porridge on your face.
After you wash your face with the gritty soap.
Okay.
And your face does be mad red after that, Tom.
Oh, right.
Because it's coarse.
Okay, and so the cucumber and aloe vera juice, that cools it down?
No, it serves some other purpose.
Well, so you got a red face covered in aloe vera juice?
Yeah.
What happens now?
You let that dry.
So you stand around and let that dry?
Well, you can go watch a bit of telly if you want.
How long does it take for that to dry?
Well, it's just liquid, Tom. It just dries over the course of like a minute or so.
Okay, and you said there was a third stage?
Yeah, then you get like a moisturiser and you put that on your face.
Alright, for fuck's sake. That sounds like...
Do you see any spots on McBride?
Do you see any spots on me?
Little one.
Oh yeah, I do have a little one on the side, actually. Do you know what? I know what that's actually from. I had tempura prawns the other night, and they were gorgeous, but there was a fucking vibe off them. I was like, this guy should have drained these for a bit longer, but I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to scoff these. But even as I was eating them, my heart started to tighten up going, oh, Tom, that's just shaved off 6 months.
I think
and the next morning I woke up and it was this big, it was like a second head growing out of the side of my fucking eyebrow.
You can still see the where it was, but that was fucking weird. That was like...
Really?
Yeah, that was all over and round and down. I had to do it, Tom. I can't go round looking like a teenager.
When does that shit wear off? Because, like, fellas as old as my old fella, he doesn't get fucking spots.
Well, this is it. I mean, I guess it was just like diet and pressure and one thing and another just combined to make it.
So,
but yeah, the thing is, Tom, you gotta keep this shit up. It's like drug dealing, you know what I mean?
I heard that about even like people that use lip balm. Your lips give up making an effort.
Yeah, I guess
if you use lip balm on a regular basis, your lips kind of go, well, fuck that job. We don't have to make moisture on our lips anymore because this lad is buying shit and putting it on there. And as soon as you stop, then your lips have gone, sorry, we fucking vacated this building a while back.
Good luck and fuck
you. We had to lay off the moisture crew.
Yeah,
6 months ago.
It could be. I just have this.
So if you stop now, is your face going to turn to a crisp?
If I stop now, I'll be like fucking Donovan at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I mean, it's like, what is happening to me?
Yeah.
But that's alright. Fuck off and quit slagging me. Let's move this goddamn thing on. I washed my face.
I just want to recap. So
you wash it
with
coarse
wheat porridge stuff. Then you spray, because your face is red, you spray your face with aloe vera and fucking cucumber juice. Yeah. And then you let that dry off, and then you rub in moisturiser. Is there anything special in the moisturiser that we need to know about?
No.
They haven't put fucking carrots or parsnips into it, or
but it suits my skin and not my missus, because she doesn't want to use mine, and I'm not supposed to use hers.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus.
There you go. I'll tell you one thing,
How long
Tom.
have these fucking things been knocking around? Because I remember slagging off a mate of mine years ago. Now, he had one of those, you know that unbelievably good skin that only, fucking Scandinavians and Protestants get. You know that fucking... do you know, years of good eating? You know that kind of fucking...
Yeah. It's the well-heeled skin, Tom.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever have that.
No, me neither.
Any amount of... You could shovel that shit into my face for the next fucking 30 years and my skin will never look like that.
You could throw me into a barley trailer and I wouldn't come out like that.
Alright, well, I'm open-minded. I like that. I haven't given you too much shit about it.
It was a necessity, Tom. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Hopefully I won't have to go down that route myself. I'm sure at some stage... No, in fairness to herself, she hasn't pushed that stuff on me. She really hasn't. And neither did yours. You just ran into...
I just ran into a problem that needed to be solved.
You look like you've been pulled through a fucking thorny ditch.
I look like Freddy Krueger.
Fair enough.
There you go.
All right. Well, yeah, I suppose we'll move on, so. Because we're ticking along. Yeah, we're ticking along now. Yeah, fair play. If there's any other men out there that want to let us know about their regimes... If yours involve any more food products stuck to your face, maybe you could just eat it. Maybe if you ate aloe vera and fucking... Did you ever drink aloe vera water?
No, is it nice?
No, it's fucking hideous.
All right, well,
and the thing is, keep an eye out because you might end up picking it up one day. I picked it up by accident one day and I almost crashed the car because I was booting up the fucking road. No, actually had a big fucking trailer on the back of a Jeep. The whole lot snaked across the fucking motorway. I thought it was just a regular bottle of water, gasping. I didn't realise there was going to be chunks of slimy stuff in the fucking bottom.
Oh, was there goop?
There was... I won't say what I imagined it was like, but this gloopy stuff shot to the back of my fucking neck while thinking I was just swigging a normal fucking bottle of water. Sweet mother... It shot out my fucking nose. Little slivers of aloe vera, apparently. Oh, my sweet divine Jesus. I thought I was fucking dying.
The Tom and Gerry show was brought to you by aloe vera.
Well, so far, BMW and aloe vera are...
BMW and aloe vera are being struck off the list.
Getting fucking... Are we... Oh, my God. We're actually getting fucking attacked by a fucking Jack Russell.
Are we getting clamped?
No. It's
I told you wee dogs, Tom. What did I tell you? The
there's
first episode
two
of
little
this
dogs.
series.
That one has a stick. The other guy's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Tom, here's what it is. You can fucking keep Blackrock.
Yeah. Fucking right you can.
You wouldn't get no Jack Russells up around Hansfield.
No, you wouldn't. Well, they certainly wouldn't have
Nothing lives in Hansfield.
It's the salt flats of West Dublin.
It's just, nothing comes, nothing goes.
Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Yeah, we'll plow on into the last section, will we?
We will, Tom. We'll ease our way into the last section.
On a regular basis we talk about fucking the diversity of us coming as young fellas, and primarily it's because we're from the countryside. Now so many people nowadays just aren't from the countryside. The depths of the countryside.
Countryside's getting smaller and smaller every week.
It really is.
Every you'd be surprised how far Dublin goes. Dublin goes from it goes from Wicklow to Loud.
Yeah, and all the way across to Kildare, nearly Offaly.
Nearly into Offaly. But there's no distinguishing between Dublin and Leixlip.
Nope, there isn't.
It's just one and the same.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Now people would get pissed off about that idea, all right, but fuck
you know what? They're fucking allowed to. You can't distinguish Dublin from Bray.
No, but
one just bleeds into the
you can definitely. You're North Monaghan, aren't you?
No, South Monaghan.
Oh, right. Well, you can definitely decipher fucking South Monaghan from Dublin.
Fuck yes.
And South Tipperary from Dublin.
Yeah. Plenty of chimneys in between.
So this next section that we call, it's When We Were Gossins.
When we were gossins.
Young fellas, sprogs,
Take
pups.
us all the way back.
And this one, it's, I suppose everybody has their own story on how they went about learning to drive.
Okay, Tom.
People do get surprised, all right, because a lot of people will do it. A lot of my friends and whatnot, they've done their driving. They've gone. The first bit of driving they ever did was, when they were 17 and they were going to get their provisional and they got lessons and whatnot and everything else. My first bit of driving was, I'd say I'd driven small motorbikes and stuff like that up until I was about 7. My first actual car I've ever drove was a Datsun Cherry.
Right.
That we were able to start with a screwdriver.
Right.
A flathead screwdriver. And I was 7 years of age.
Yeah, you see, the fact that you had driving experience before you were 7.
Yeah. had motorbikes.
And I often heard this with, like, some of the kids that I went to school with in primary school and such, like, they'd come back and they'd tell stories about how they were driving at the weekend and they were driving around the fields and such, like, and we're not talking about 15 and 16. We're talking about, like, 7 and 8
7
and 9.
and 8. I was able to drive before I made my communion. There you go.
Not just in first.
No, not just in first.
And we stress again, just so we're clear, not sitting on your dad's lap.
No. This is me and a buddy in the back and his brother who was teaching us how to drive. He was probably about 17 or 18 at the time. And I had a bunch of cushions under me, all right. And I was pretty much almost standing up because I had to reach the pedals. Right. But I was able, and they had between us and our place and across around the fields, there was always what they called fucking kind of haul roads, you know, up the headlands of fields. They'd be up one side of a field, there'd be kind of a track where you could drive, like, rather than actually driving up to the field and fucking it up. You could actually just drive around for miles around through fields and opening gates and stuff. So yeah, there was only 4-speed gearbox, so I'd hit fourth gear all right before I was made my communion.
This is always amazing to me, because when I was like 7 or 8, I too had my first driving experience, Tom. I would even say, 8, maybe tipping into 9. But I'm talking about, like, sitting on my dad's lap, right?
I did some of that.
From the bottom of the road to the top of the house, which would be maybe 100, maybe 150 yards.
Right.
And I was driving, but he was working the pedals. I was steering, but really, Tom, he was fucking steering.
You see, my parents probably thought that was the extent of my driving too, because Dad used to do that every so often, you know. He'd sit me on his knee or whatever, and we'd drive for that, you know, the last quarter mile or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he'd say, and we'd steer. Now, I mean, this would probably freak people out nowadays, the idea of a young fella sitting on it.
Yeah.
But then, this is a time when there was no seatbelts in the back. Like,
yeah,
you know
because, you know, when you were sitting on your dad's lap...
There was less fucking cars anyway.
Honestly, when you were sitting on your dad's lap, it was probably the safest you'd been that whole journey.
Yeah, exactly. But I kind of didn't let on to him that I knew perfectly well how to drive.
Oh yeah, well, were you just biting your tongue going, Dad, you want to kind of drop a cog there?
Actually, in fact, you could jump over that if you want.
Yeah.
Scooch over. I got this, dude. I got this. But it kind of went a bit further into that then, like, as the years progressed, then I started driving tractors and whatnot and stuff, and it was okay.
Right, again, this is Tom, you got to give us an insight into this, because for, like, myself, and I'm sure a lot of people from the city and such, like, this whole notion of driving tractors, like, a tractor is not a thing to learn how to drive on.
Yeah,
a tractor is way bigger than anything you're ever going to drive in your life.
It's bizarre, isn't it? Like, and people have still kind of get, you know, like, people wonder what is still the fascination with tractors and stuff for guys in their 30s. Of course you're going to have a slight fascination with tractors, because essentially it's just like blokes in their 40s having a fucking fascination with fucking, I don't know, comic books. When I was 7, I didn't give a fuck about comic books or anything.
Fair enough.
I cared about giant fucking tractors that I was able to get up and fucking drive.
The bigger the better.
It's essentially like, there was one called a Ford County, right?
Okay.
And this was a 4-wheel drive tractor, but it had both wheels were the same size. So the back ones were the same size as the front ones.
That was a rare tractor. I grew up not in a really agricultural background, but everybody around me had farms and such. Yeah. And you'll be looking at tractors all day, every day, buzzing about the place. And it was very, very rare you seen one where the front wheels were the same size as the back.
This was it's essentially a monster truck.
It's a fucking monster truck.
Yeah. So I got to so you'd see in farming backgrounds, what you'll end up having to do is, because young fellas will have to fucking work. Like in Montana, you can get a license in Montana at age 13 because there's so few.
Because you gotta.
You'll be working, like, simple as that. This wasn't just, hey, playground time, let's put fucking Tom. So by age 10, 11, my summer job was drawing silage.
Yes.
Because some of the farms were so big that we'd go onto, I wouldn't hardly have to come off the property to get to where we were storing the silage, which is a silage pit or whatever, with the tractor and trailer. So an awful lot of jobs, I was driving essentially legally, because I was given permission by the farmer.
But you can get a tractor license at what age?
16 to drive on the road. Which is bananas when you think about it. The biggest fucking things there is on the trucks aren't bigger.
And it's not like, just to drive a tractor. It's like the whole 40 ton of silage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That is fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
And of course I was always mad jealous of all this. Like, again, another little bit of driving experience that I had was my dad at the time. What my dad worked at when I was small was he drove a JCB.
Yeah.
That was his business. That was his trade. And he would park up he would come home and he would park up the JCB down the back or wherever it was. And
was he ever tempted to go with Massey Ferguson? Because they made a tasty backhoe.
No, always the classic 3CB JCB.
Good on.
3CX, beg your pardon. If you got to it at the right time and you angled it at the right way, there would still be like the hydraulics would move.
Oh,
even if
right,
it had been switched off.
Switched off, so you could drop the bucket.
You couldn't lift the bucket.
Yeah, you could drop
but
the
you
bucket,
could drop
so you
the
could
bucket.
let the pressure off.
Yeah, and generally, like once he copped to what we were doing, he made sure that everything was down.
Yeah, stilts down, but back fucking bucket.
Everything down.
Everything.
Otherwise, like, for fear that we would drop it on ourselves.
Yes.
Which was a possibility, and I'm sure fuck knows it probably has happened. Jesus, it sounds like a terrible tragedy. But I would in my mind drive the JCB, but all I was doing was like dropping the bucket.
Yeah.
And that was it. And you'd piss around with the levers and go in and have your tea.
I told you about my excitement at the first time ever driving a 3CX, didn't I?
What was that?
It was having to bring out some dead pigs from a farm I worked on. It was, I swear to God, the mankiness of the job had been totally overridden because I know all the tractors I'd driven and all the cars I'd driven and motorbikes. I would think I was 13 and I'd never gotten to drive a JCB, which always fascinated me. And they had an old JCB on this big pig farm I worked on. There was a couple of dead pigs from the week just left out by the side, and he was like, and the guy, they treat you like a man when you in this place, which I fucking loved because it was just.
That's great that is a great feeling. You always feel it the first time you're treated.
Yeah, there was no question. Like there was no Asher. Look, he's only young. There was no. You're here to do the fucking job. Go out and fucking do the job, and that was as simple as it. But yeah, he says to me, "Go on, take those pigs out to the skip out the back." And the incinerator guy is coming later on today to pick up the skip. And I fired up this fucking 3CX. Now, this thing was fucked. It was like 1976. It was one of the early fucking Mark 1 models, I'm imagining, like John C. Bamford himself probably
tightened the bolts on it.
But yeah, that was the excitement. But my driving kind of progressed when I was about, I suppose, 13, because where I'm from would be the tail end of the Galtee Mountains.
Right.
So, and we would be maybe a quarter mile away from the base of them too, like, so we're on the flat, it's not quite up the mountains, but it's all Cuilcho owned forest,
right,
which means there's perfect tracks throughout it everywhere for trucks to travel through.
But like not for rallying, Tom.
Yeah, for rallying, perfect for rallying. I told you about this before, didn't I? How they used to build fucking Baja cars and I used to race them. This is and I thought I was lying and I just thought my parents never knew for years that I was doing this shit because I was small and able to drive. Holy fuck, look at the size of that wolf.
Holy shit. Now that's the thing that you don't get up at Hansfield. Sorry guys, we're commentating on what we see as well.
Christ above, this thing is it's just, I don't know, it's a wolf or a bear. That thing must weigh 14 fucking stone.
It is. It's like a Siberian husky.
I think it's one of those fucking Malamutes, isn't it?
It's a Malamute. Yeah. Look
them fucking things can just. See, that dog is utterly wasted. That guy should have a fucking
sled behind him.
Oh yeah, sorry to totally go off the fucking rails here. I talk about driving, I suppose, the only way. I met a guy the other day. Turns out he was he'd been European champion dog sledder. He's from Ireland, Galway chap.
And how did he get fucking dog sled?
He was a pro soccer player, right? Played for fucking like Dundalk and Galway City and stuff like that. Last gig he ever did was playing for some Swedish town. Got a total taste for the snow, had a total fascination always with fucking Malamutes, came back to Ireland, by pure fluke ended up buying off one of the greatest breeders that has ever fucking been from West Cork of these things. Turns out the fucking two dogs he accidentally bought were both fucking from championship families. This guy was still running 20 miles a night himself. Couldn't tire the dogs out. One particular night he took them on a 40-mile fucking hike.
Holy shit.
Rang up the owners going, I've these cunts a month and I'm not tiring them out. They went, oh yeah, we kind of forgot to tell you. They are from championship families. So he went, championship what? So they trained this guy how to fucking actually do overland fucking dog sledding.
Right.
He took it up against the best in the fucking world. He was only ever beaten once by the Scandinavians. And it was those giant fucking bear dogs that he was fucking using. Anyway, back to the
driving. I'll tell you, Tom, just to sort of ground this a little bit.
Yeah.
If your early driving experience is what it is, I'll ground it a little bit with my early driving experience, which is nowhere near what you fucking have. My earlier driving experience would be, I'm sure a lot of people could relate to this, in the empty car park of a GAA ground.
Yeah, gravelly fucking place, perfect for it, yeah.
Gravelly place, perfect for it. On like a Sunday morning after Mass, we would maybe stop off at this place and we would go down and Dad would let us drive around the car park.
Yeah.
While he sat in the passenger seat.
What age were you at that?
Like 14, 15.
See, that is still a good age, like, to be... I think everybody ends up driving at some stage.
Yeah.
Like, they have fucking things like home economics in school, like.
They should have driven. They have it in America.
Yeah, of course they have it in
Driver's ed.
America. Of course they have, where they have the straightest fucking roads on the planet, like.
They don't need it.
No, they don't fucking
wasted
need
on
it.
them.
They should, but the Scandinavians have it, because you have to drive in snow and shit.
Right.
Hence why they're the best fucking rally car drivers in the world, because they've all learned by the age of 12. Now, I don't know if I could have made it as a rally car driver. I don't think I'm that I don't even know if I'm that good of a driver. I've now, at this stage, almost next week's my birthday, I will be 35 next week. I'm about 29 years driving.
That is fucking
It's
insane,
bizarre, isn't it?
Tom.
Jesus Christ, I just thought about that.
That is insane.
29 years fucking driving, and I've driven...
Holy shit,
I
man.
want to drive a plane, though. I've never driven a plane. I've driven in boats. I've driven supercars.
Yeah, but you fly a plane more than drive it, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's something you're fucking steering, isn't it? Although, do you know what? I don't really... I'm only saying that because I kind of would just want to tick a box, but I don't really...
Have you driven a train?
No! I would, yeah, and I don't want to drive one of these fucking electric yokes. I want to drive the old school shit that you were fucking... Remember I sent you on a video of it?
Oh, the
Some
steam trains,
fucking
yeah.
yoke that was pegging it. I want to drive one of those yokes that's full of coal and steam. I want to drive one... So, hey, if anybody knows of a place, I know they can do
If
it...
anybody knows of a fucking classic...
I know you can do it in the UK.
Classic railway engine.
Do you know you have the... You'd see it the whole... Do you remember Fred Dibnah?
Yeah.
Jesus, we could do a whole fucking podcast series on Fred Dibnah, how much I fucking love that guy.
Fred Summer.
Check out Fred Dibnah. He's dead now, but fuck... I just love his nonchalant fucking way of looking at, like, death and fucking non-health and safety when he was bringing down those fucking...
He's like, maybe I'll live, maybe I won't.
But I'll smoke a fag while doing it. And still scale a fucking... Hey, anyway, we better wrap this up,
We
Gerry.
better wrap
Holy
this up.
fuck.
All you can know is Tom has been driving for nearly 3 decades.
Mother of
And he
Jesus.
hasn't been alive for 4.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Fuck! I never thought about it in fuck.
That is crazy.
That's
fucking
bizarre.
crazy bastard Tom Barrow, man. Holy shit.
Fuck.
So, Tom, the tide is in here in Blackrock, and indeed the tide is coming in on this series of podcasts. Next week is...
I like the way you wrapped
there
that
you go,
one up.
Tom. Look, I'm telling you. Next week is our last episode of this particular series.
Yes,
Tom.
but we are going to do him a bonus one.
Yeah,
We're going to do him a bonus one, a
you
fun
never
one.
know. Maybe.
I think we should get drunk too for the bonus one.
That's a surprise, Tom. That's a surprise.
All right.
Don't ruin the surprise. It's a surprise bonus episode.
All right, go on. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later. You can find us on Twitter. I don't get rid of them before we tell them where to find
Excuse
us.
me, Jesus.
You can find us on Twitter. Or you can get me at Gerry McBride, or you can get Tom
Tom_Mahony, or just follow us anywhere, really.
anywhere at all. At Tom and Gerry Show. We'll get you as well. Thank you very much for listening. I think we'll see you next week.
Good luck.
Good luck.